everyone. Welcome to the very first book talk of 2022 with Livingston Parish Library. My name is Danielle. I am the branch manager of the Watson branch, and I'm here to continue the book talks for the Louisiana Young Reader's Choice, grades 6 through 8, and Louisiana Teen Reader's Choice, grades 9 through 12. So we are almost done with these. Voting will end on March 1st, so I'm going to give you 2 more book talks just with the rest of the books for this year, just in case you want to read all of them or you need some more to read so that you can vote for your favorites. So let's get started. So this first one is on the 6th through 8th grade lyric list, and it is for all of you Percy Jackson fans out there. It is a Rick Riordan Presents book, so what he does is he finds these authors that writes books based on mythology from around the world, and he kind of like puts his name and his stamp on it because it's just all like very much like the Percy Jackson and all of the books that he's written, but it's just from mythologies around the world. And this is the first book in the series, and the whole series is actually out now. So if you're interested, you can read the whole series all at once. So this is called Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwame Imbalya. Tristan Strong is struggling because he failed to save his best friend in a bus accident that they were both in together. So he's having a really hard time. And the only thing that he has left from his friend Eddie is a journal that Eddie has written stories in. So Tristan is not happy when he is sent to his grandparents' farm in Alabama in order to heal. And on the first night there, a creature, whatever it is, comes and steals Eddie's journal. And Tristan knows that he has to go after this creature in order to get the journal back because it's the only thing that he has of his friends. And as he's chasing it, a fight ensues and he's struggling to get the journal back, and they end up under a bottle tree, and in the fight Tristan punches the tree, accidentally opens up a chasm in the world and lands in mid-pass, and he stumbles on a battle that has left Black American gods like John Henry and Brer Rabbit exhausted because they have been fighting this war for years. So in order to go back home and quite literally save the world, Tristan and his new friends have to find the god Anansi, who is the Weaver, and convince him to come out of hiding and fix the hole in the sky. But Tristan will soon find out that bartering with gods always has a price. This next book is another 6th through 8th grade Louisiana Young Reader's Choice book. It is called Maybe He Just Likes You by Barbara D. So for 7th grader Mila, it all starts with a boy giving her an unwanted hug at school, and she thinks nothing of it until another boy a few days later at recess comes up to her and says it's his birthday and he wants a birthday hug, and she's like, sure, it's friendly, how can I say no? Except the hug lasts a little too long and just feels weird. Her best friend Zara is just telling her that she's being immature and she's overreacting, and they're just like flirting with you. But the boys don't seem to want to leave her alone. On the bus, at school, in band class, which was the one thing that she could, have to herself, and that was her safe place. And it's starting to not feel like flirting anymore. It's starting to feel weird and she doesn't like it. So by a chance meeting, Mila begins to take karate classes, and with those karate classes, she starts to learn to stand up for herself and not only respect others, but respect herself. So this next book is a book from the 9th through 12th grade Louisiana Teen Reader's Choice list. It is called Patron Saints of Nothing by Randy Rebay. Jay Reguero plans to spend his last semester of high school playing video games and coasting before he goes to the University of Michigan in the fall. But when his Filipino cousin June was murdered as a part of President Duarte's war against drugs, he and none of his family wants to talk about it. He travels to the Philippines to figure out what happened to his cousin, hoping to uncover the real story of his cousin and the events that led to his death. Jay is going to be forced to reckon with the many sides of his cousin and face, kind of a potentially terrible truth of his cousin's life and the part that Jay may have played in it. So the last book for today is another teen book on the 9th through 12th grade Louisiana Teen Reader's Choice list. This one is not only a memoir, but it is also a book written in poetry. So this is called Ordinary Hazards by Nikki Grimes. Growing up, Nikki Grimes had a mother that was suffering from paranoid schizophrenia, and her father was mostly absent. So she was, often terrorized by babysitters. She was kind of like dropped off at different foster homes and was just kind of like passed around, and she was often preyed upon by those that she trusted most. One day when she was only 6 years old, she began to realize the power of pen and paper, and discovered the magic and the impact and the therapy that writing could be. So for many years, notebooks were Nikki's only companions and the only place that she felt safe. So in this memoir, Nikki shows the power of those words that helped her conquer, all of her hazards, both ordinary and extraordinary, in her life. Right, so that's it for the 6th through 8th grade and 9th through 12th grade lyric list that I have for you today. I still have one more book talk coming out next month that finishes up both of those lists, and you still have time to vote up until March 1st for your favorites. And after March 1st, at some point, they will announce a winner. So if you've read these books and you've liked any of them, make sure to vote for your favorites, and then check and see if your favorites have won. And until next time, happy reading.